This is the blind fishing boat.
And this is Maestro.
And this is Maestro.
Yeah.
Maestro's a 7-year-old Bernese mountain dog. And hey, okay, Kush. and this is the world's first blind fishing boat. It's a 12-foot long folding plastic porta boat. Now I use the, that's me in the boat there. It weighs about 70 pounds. It goes about 7 kilometers an hour. It's about as fast as I walk, right? And I got a talking GPS here, a talking compass, a little sensor, the little thing with the gold eyes on the front. I Velcro that to the front of the boat so it beeps if anything gets in my way.
So you can drive around and not hit anything. It's going to tell you if there's a log in front of you, a boat in front of you.
Well, if it's underwater, I've got a talking sonar, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I can tell how deep the water. If I'm poking around in the weeds, I'm going to bump onto rocks and logs and stuff like that. But this boat can take it. I mean, it's, you know, it's
durable.
It's durable. It just flexes a little bit and bounces a little bit. That's why I picked that boat. It's extremely tough. Doesn't dent. I can't wreck it. I make up these little maps here. That's all tactile. If you feel that, Eric, it's all raised line. That paper was invented to teach blind kids math, but it turns out it's waterproof, tear-proof.
So you make a map of the lake yourself?
Yeah, I get my wife to sketch it out, or a buddy, and then we'll put the waypoints on the map, kind of give me an idea where we mark the waypoints. Yeah. And it's just a crude outline of the bay or something. Usually it's just a bay.
Wow.
And then once I got my map and my waypoints, I can sort of head out there. I mean, I'll head out on my own sometimes and just sort of probe around on my own a little bit if it's fairly secluded.
Now, have you ever gotten into some you know, scary situations before by yourself out there?
Well, it's always a little bit, you know, you wonder if you're going to get back, if the GPS is going to fail you or something, you know.
Yeah. I can't even imagine, honestly. Like that's hardcore.
Yeah, it's the first thing I noticed. It kind of freaked me out is that, you know, a sidewalk, you've got two edges. You walk up the sidewalk or down the sidewalk. If you start going off to the side, you feel it right away.
Yeah.
When you're on the water, it's just, you can turn 360s forever, right? And so you gotta, but then I figured, well, how did the Newfoundland fishermen did it before they had compasses and sonars and radars and everything else? You know, they'd go out in their boats and in the complete fog, and they wouldn't be able to see 10 feet in front of their boat, and they'd go out fishing and they'd get back to their own harbor. And they did it through the smell of the land, the feel of the waves, and the sound of the surf hitting the shore. So yeah, I mean, if they can do it without seeing anything, why the heck can't I? And I got all these electronics, right? So, you know, it's not that hard once you stop thinking about the fact that you can't do it because you can't see it. If you want to do it, it's very, very possible to do. I mean, I don't recommend that people drive around in motorized boats. Like I've got a Ranger myself, right?
Yeah.
And but I don't drive that. You know, I have a sighted pilot who drives it around when you do tournaments. Last year I was
going to ask about your tournaments. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of tournaments in this boat.
Yeah, 17. I did 17 last year. I got 4 top 5s and 1 first place.
Wow, what was your biggest fish?
The biggest fish last year was a 6-foot sturgeon. So that was good.
Wow, I was thinking like a 6-pound bass. Nope, 6-foot sturgeon, by Lawrence. Good work.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, now you're doing seminars here at the Sportsman Show.
Yeah.
What are your seminars all about?
All about feel the bite. You know, I'm one of the few guys who writes articles about his feelings, and people seem to like it because, you know, I think one thing I have to offer the general fishing community is the fact that I'm 100% dependent on the feel, right? So I pick my rods and lines and reels and baits all about giving me maximum feel. There are search tools and to understand what's happening underwater. So I share some of that knowledge, some of that experience that I picked up over the years on how to better feel the bite.
Wow, that's great. Well, that's a blind fishing boat here at Sportsman Show. Lawrence Euteneier, thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for dropping by, buddy.